Is there no hope? I saw strange lights coming from Tamriel. I thought it was deserted.
You're a new face in Stormhold. As vicecanon tasked with today's duties of audience, it is my solemn duty to warn you of the killer loose in our fine city. Be on your way, travel in pairs, etc. Did he mention the finder's fee he receives for sending you into the swamp? Of course not. Since he didn't, I'll provide you with his fee directly. Hand it to him the next time you see him, or use it for a pair of watertight boots. 3 murders, and Stormhold's about to boil over like my father's fish kettle. The Dark Elves blame the Argonians they owned before the Pact outlawed slavery. I miss the days of kicking arse. Now I'm expected to kiss them. That's not a question I've heard from a stranger. Fancy yourself a bloodhound, do you? I'd never doubt Stormhold's guards in a siege, but we've seen no progress with these murders. We'll gladly pay a bounty if you find the killer. Here's a list of the victims' families. Find out what they know about their murdered kin. I'm almost glad the guard never got around to it. As my son says, mammoths can't dance. You'll likely find Dendris Indolor at home. Gethys Omabar works at the smithy. As for Tyrell Alor, try the Mages Guild. Hold your nose when talking to that one. A while back, Argonians and Stormhold were slaves to the local Dark Elves. The 2 other vice-canons work to mend the bad blood, but it's slow to get anything done when nobody trusts the guard. Recently, some Argonians went missing. We heard a nasty rumor about Dark Elf slavers in the city. False, of course. Then the bodies showed up. All Dark Elves. The new rumor says Shadow Scales are targeting Dunmer. Nearly started a riot. They're a pain in the fundament. An armed group of Argonians lurking in the swamps, killing enemies of their people. If you want to twist the Dark Elf's ears anymore, you may as well burn an effigy of Almalexia.
On your way, stranger. I have no patience for small talk. About time the vice-canons do their jobs. Aralin's body lies captive in the mortuary. I can't even see him, let alone bury him. Why all these ridiculous delays? Dumak, take this accursed town! Shadow Scales, who else? He spoke out against the Argonians, and rightly so. He was targeted for having the courage to say what we all think about them. I'm no bigot, but if you ask me, the world would be a better place without those scaly fetchers.
What do you want? Finally looking into my brother's death, eh? I get it. I'm sure you and your vice-canon pals had better things to do than your jobs. Naldin wasn't the brightest star in the sky, but he didn't deserve this. Most of Stormhold, Naldin ran up a lot of debts. He also picked a lot of fights with the lizard skins. If the Shadow Scales didn't get him, it's because someone else moved faster.
This is taking longer than I'd planned.
Pardon my tears. I recently lost my wife and... I'm sorry. Can I help you? Ironi and I always believed in the Pact. We came here to build a better life with Argonians and Nords alike. Some of my people blame the Shadow Scales. But what would they gain from her death? We treat everyone the same. It makes no sense. Thank the gods! She's in the mortuary, which they keep locked. But Ironi made those locks, so I have the master key. Here, take it, please. Find out who did this. Don't allow her to become a symbol against the Pact. There seems no end to woe.
You'd think the guards would have found something by now.
Try not to throw the sword when you lunge.
You expect
Makes
them
it
to
too
do
easy
their
if you
jobs.
disarm yourself.
You there! Please, I have an urgent message! Gethys Omabar sent me. It's about his wife, Ironi. Gethys saw Ironi, alive. He watched her enter their home on the other side of Stormhold. He asked you to meet him there as soon as you can.
Yes! Are we going to race?
Praise Vivek! Halva found you! Whatever's in my home, it isn't my wife. Ironi. My Ironi. She's gone. I know that. But when I saw her enter our home, I had to find out how she'd returned. That's when she stabbed me. If that Argonian hadn't leapt between us, she'd have finished me off.
I don't know. But he tried to save my life. They were still fighting when I crawled out the door. They both moved so fast. Please, help him remove that imposter from my home. Don't worry about me. I'll soon see my true Ironi.
Vicecanon Hrondar is indisposed. He informed me you've been assisting us in our recent troubles. Are you any closer to discovering the killer? Then we can concentrate our efforts elsewhere. Many will blame the Shadow Scales regardless, but our concerns are greater now than scapegoats. I fear the true culprit struck again, though I pray I'm incorrect. When I said Vicecanon Hrondar was indisposed, I spoke half the truth. He's missing, and I fear it's the work of our killer. This is why Vicecanon Servina and I request your utmost discretion in recovering Vicecanon Hrondar to us. Listens to water as one of our little fish, our eyes and ears. He signals when he possesses urgent information for the Vicecanons. A short while ago, we received his signal. Be swift and silent as currents in a stream. Speak with Listens to Water on our behalf. Look for the mud huts. Don't ask for him by name, or he'll think you a debt collector. Remain discreet. If Listens to Water found the scent of Vicecanon Hrondar, follow it until its end. I saw strange lights coming from Tamriel. I thought it was deserted.
I'll take those.
Is it over?
Shaw's bones, it's good to see you. The Dominion right under our noses. Damned insidious. I have to warn Servina and Hetamin. Quick, untie me. Yes, but I've been here less than a day. Some of Stormhold's citizens were here longer, held in the alcoves nearby. I'll distract these Dominion snowbacks. Should buy you time to free the prisoners. Meet me on the surface.
My magic will destroy you.
I owe you my life.
I thought I'd never escape.
You did it. I'm free.
To the side!
You did it. I'm free.
easy to get lost in a place like this. I think that's one of my favorite parts about cities.
Gods, it felt good to bury an axe in their throats. From the prisoners trickling out, I trust you enjoyed yourself as much as I. Did you free them all? I'd be better if the damned ruins beneath my feet weren't infested with Dominion. We've posted guards until reinforcements can wipe them clean. You kept this city from tearing itself apart. Stormhold's in your debt. If the Dominion sent a large force to infiltrate Stormhold, they must have a camp somewhere in Shadowfen. It's time we take the fight to them. Tenma Walk, a Daedric ruin southeast of here. It's big enough to harbor a substantial enemy force, and close enough to trouble Stormhold. Besides, my scouts report signs of activity within. I'll take a regiment to Tenma Walk. Don't want to take any chances. You freed me from the Dominion's clutches before those skin-stealing milk drinkers could kill me and wear my face. Of course I could use your help. Meet my regiment at Tenma Walk. Keep your blades sharp. I'll find a way to turn you loose on the Dominion. I'll root out every cave in this swamp if I have to.
What you've done was no easy task. We have a difficult road ahead of us.
You'd think the guards would have found something by now.
What?
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No more drinking. My head's splitting. My mouth feels like a Khajiit nested in it, and I'm in serious trouble. I don't suppose you'd care to help out a down-on-her-luck chef, would you? Go back in time and cut out my tongue. No, then I wouldn't be able to taste my wonderful cooking. Last night I made a terrible bet with a hunter friend of mine, Vinaza. I told him cooking was art and hunting was peasants' work. He took offense. I boasted I'd hunt Shadowfen, collecting ingredients from exotic animals. An aelit's heart, a Khajiit's ribs, eggs of a giant wasp, and delicious mud crab claw meat. I'd meet him in Hismir and prepare a feast to prove it. But I can't hunt. That's one of the problems. I know you can find these beasts all over Shadowfen, but I don't know where. And I'd get killed if I went roaming around the swamps. You'll have to ask Vinaza, but don't let him know I sent you. Just appeal to his vanity. The old lizard's pride got me into this. I don't see why it shouldn't get me out too. He's probably just outside the city hunting. That's what he does all the time. Thinks he's the greatest gamesman in Shadowfen. Don't ask. What I have to do if I lose, oh, it doesn't bear thinking upon. Just know that if I lose this bet, I'll have to stay drunk for the rest of my life to live down the shame.
This guar gives its life so we may have meat. Now I give you my time. Why? Oh? Do the winds speak my name? Or the birds? Or is there perhaps someone else who told you to speak with me? My adroitnocity is known throughout the fen, of course, but it whispers only to its creatures, and me, of course. Everyone? The Metropolinia hum with tales of my vergoritude. Well, who am I to deny them? Go ahead, Ask your questions. The Fens speak to me readily about their bountinosity of beasts. Please, ask me about any of these and I will stipendify you with my knowledge. But know that most beasts of the Fens can be found anywhere, if you are wise enough to find them. Interesting, but deadly insects. They can be found singly or in swarms. Beware the Wasp Queen. She has a mighty sting, and is often protected by her lesser drones. Wasps dwell mostly in the venomous fens, the southernmost region of Shadowfen. Mudcrabs live all over the world, but the sweetest of the hard-backed beasts live here, in reticulated spine. The foul-tempered creatures can be found all along the northern region of Shadowfen. Larger and more deadly predators than the Khajiit, Aelid hunt the venomous fens along the southern edge of Shadowfen. Be careful. These beasts carry a disease called ataxia. You'll find yourself staggering and weak if you let them bite you. They are two-legged predators, more aggressive than Gwar, and similar in some way to Aelids. They eat anything they can fit in their large mouths. To hunt them, search the central regions of Shadowfen in Leafwater.
Look at them, prancing about like the Emperor's heirs. Well, you're a blue reed in yellow peat. From out of town, yes? Yes. You're in luck, blue reed. Gold runs dry on long journeys. But I've got just the thing to moisten your purse. Mercenaries roil Stormhold's waters for no good reason. They move amongst my people, swaggering and taking what they will. Strange they never bother the Dark Elves, yes? None here lift a claw to stop them. But you aren't from here, and I have gold. Encourage them to leave, Blue Reed. How you do it is your concern. Then I fill your purse, yes? Perhaps you should pretend to consider a purchase. Or perhaps you should consider a purchase, hmm? Such prices, unheard of in all of Stormhold. The mercenaries only make things worse with the Dark Elves. Better if Stormhold is one happy family. And if you plan to start a family, might I suggest a vial of powdered Khajiit horn for heightened potency? No? Your loss.
Find someone else to bother. Looks like you can see the future.
Have we met? No? Then walk the other way. Whoa, whoa! They just pay me to look tough. Think I'd be dumb enough to tangle with you? Besides, this place was getting on my nerves. I'll never scrub the smell out of my armor.
I do what I'm paid to do. We've got to earn a living. You serious? Well, you would have to buy out my contract. You got that kind of coin on you? Glad we speak the same language. Damn, should have asked for more. Want to see my knife? Then keep talking. I was thinking the same about your teeth.
We should throw dice for gold.
Ah, you're the one. Seems we need to have a chat about Doubts the Moon. Said he stirred up trouble with some mercs and had to leave town. Asked Duskscale to take over his shop permanently. Mentioned you too. Said he'd pay you extra for your silence. Said you were smart enough to take a hint.
Prices posted on the board. Savings, savings, savings.
I love cities. They have a kind of reason to them, and it's just a matter of learning the steps. One time, I reached into a sack like that and found a bunch of live frogs. That was a strange day.
Keep still, or the worm cult will spot you. What are you doing here? Be still. Their patrols are everywhere. Chieftain Sulak leads Stillrise village. She'll tell you more than you want to know about the necromancers plaguing our home. And keep your head down, will you? I'm sorry. I need to watch the road for worm cultists. Chieftain Sulak can answer your questions. And thank you for stopping. We don't get many visitors.
Our scouts let you through, yes? You have courage to visit Stillrise village despite the necromancers who torment us. The worm cult necromancers encamped nearby raided our village last night. We trapped 3 of their lieutenants inside our huts, but they refused to surrender. Our scouts call them Gorag, Felra, and Dragwar. We tricked them into the cellars below our huts and bolted the doors. Perhaps you can convince them to surrender. If you confront them, Stillrise village would call you a friend. Our warriors guard the huts where the cultists are trapped. Unbolt the cellar doors to gain access. So far they've refused to see reason. If it must come to blows with their lieutenants, I understand. Stillrise village keeps to itself. Because of this, they think we'd make perfect slaves. My what? Oh, we're kothringi. After the Great Plague from decades past, I fear Stillrise village is the last of our people. Better to suffer in silence.
More bones for the pile!
Not so big and bad now, are you?
Leave us be.
Chieftain Sulak thinks we can learn something from the worm cultists, but I know fanatics when I see them.
Fortune doesn't favor the kothringi.
If you won't bow to us, you'll die the final death!
We've lost so much already.
I want no trouble.
Anything valuable in there?
Will you even bleed when I cut you?
We must survive. This cannot be our fate.
Higher. Strike higher. Don't worry about defense. War Chief Halush's runners told me the worm cultists wouldn't surrender. Unfortunate, but no fault of yours. Stillrise village is in your debt. In truth, I feared the worm cult lieutenants went to our cellars on purpose to work dark magics from within our village. Wow. You've proven yourself a friend of our village. As a friend, we'll entrust you with our secret. It's simpler to show than explain. Please, do not be alarmed. Fear not. We're the same people we were before we gained this affliction. Years ago, a terrible sickness swept through our lands. I had to do something to keep my people safe. It's why I made a deal with the Daedra. Before the sickness, our miners uncovered an old temple to Clavicus Vile. When we were dying, I sought the Daedric Prince of Bargains to save our village at any cost. I begged the Daedra for immunity to the sickness. You can see the cost. Last night, the cultists stole the Soul Gem Array, the relic holding our spirits. In time, they'll use it to enslave us. We mustn't become thralls of the worm cult. Shaman Chira has a plan to stop them, but it will require your aid. Please, speak with him.
You're the one who killed the worm cult's lapdogs. Chieftain Sulak told you the worm cult stole the Soul Gem Array, yes? Once they discover its secrets, they'll enslave our entire village. Yes, if it isn't too late already. When Clavicus Vile cursed us with his hollow existence, he placed our spirits in the Soul Gem Array. It must be recovered. Easier said than done. The energies protecting the relic kill living creatures who touch it. But there's a way. Make an offering to Clavicus Vile, and the Soul Gem Array will think you're one of us. Then you can recover it safely from the worm cult. Take this totem. War Chief Halush can let you inside the Daedric Prince's temple. Once inside, place the totem upon the blood fountain as an offering to Clavicus Vile. The cultists forced their undead thralls to carry it away. Such will be the future of Stillrise village. if you don't recover the soul gem array. Take this totem. War Chief Elush can let you inside the Daedric Prince's temple. Once inside, place the totem upon the blood fountain as an offering to Clavicus Vile. I fear there's little time before the worm cult discovers the secrets of the soul gem array. Be quick before they add us to their ranks. Yet another benefit of this damnable curse. Decades ago, the Nahatan flu swept through the land. The children were first. By Zen, I can still see the bodies. But Zen couldn't save us. So at Chieftain Sulak's behest, I prayed to Clavicus Vile. He bestowed this mockery of salvation upon us. You call this survival? To never again taste Gua flesh, nor feel a lover's touch. We are but shadows in the water. Some feel the curse is a Daedra's cruel jest. Yet I thank Clavicus Vile for a vital lesson. Immortality is the true curse, you see? With the soul gem array in the hands of the worm cult, they can influence us through our curse. They could force us to surrender, attack one another, any number of awful things. But they don't possess your soul. They hold no power over you. Eternal life is full of advantages. No need to pull your blows when training. What do you need, stranger? That fool thinks worm cultists can sway the proud warriors of Stillrise village, does he? I'd say the man lacked a spine, if I couldn't see it for myself. We have no hearts to fill with fear, or blood to run cold. No blow is mortal. We're unstoppable. We can't die. We can fall for a time. It's how the cultist overpowered one of Shaman Chira's acolytes and stole the soul gem array. Here's the temple key. When you're done, bring it to Acolyte Morag, and tell her not to lose this one too, would you? A shame you're flesh and blood. I'd let you train, but my warriors might forget your swishy parts. We need no sleep or food. There's no sickness and no pain. If I fall in battle, I recover. I don't care if I can't see, taste, or feel the same way I used to. Clavicus Vile's blessing makes us perfect warriors. Shaman Chira couldn't tell his coccyx from a hole in the ground. As for Chieftain Sulak, well, she needs to stop regretting who we once were and consider what we can become. Sure, the ones with marrow where it counts. The rest listen to Shaman Chira whine about a curse. But they'll come around. I'll do what I've always done. Protect my people. And themselves, if necessary.
This body won't fail me. Can you say the same?
You bear a gift? How thoughtful. But I can't accept it without providing one of my own. I know. I'll share the same gift I gave Stillrise Village. Now you can play Skeever Wicket with your own skull.
Shaman Shira told me to expect you, but wait, something's off. Beyond your flesh and blood, I mean. Sen's blessings. The curse upon you is temporary. You can safely recover the soul gem array. I'm positive. Shaman Shira and I studied the curse for decades. This is Clavicus Vile's way of being playful, I suppose. Though I don't presume to know the intentions of any Daedric prince. No, despite what War Chief Halushk would tell you, sheer force can pummel us into the ground. Without Shaman Shira's magic, my bones would still be in the pile where the worm cult left me. Lousy mushroom nibblers. Healing magic works. We often use magical fonts recovered from the temple, like the one next to me. The cultist took one last night, but Shaman Shira has another. The rest are inside the temple. You're welcome to use them while you're still underfed. Lucky for us, I think ahead. Years ago, I fastened one of my toe knuckles to the soul gem array. I can sense it still in their nearby camp. After you give those moss-gargling cultists a good pounding, bring it straight to Chieftain Sulak. Over here. Quiet. I think I hear something. I heard sounds of battle and a voice shouting for someone named Daryl to run. The worm cult likely attacked some unlucky travelers. My advice? Find this Daryl before the worm cult adds him to their collection of undead slaves.
Amazing. I have to write Magister Irin about this one.
Quick, untie me before they come back and put my soul into that horrid purple rock. I think the necromancers called it an animus geode. Fancy name for an ugly purple stone used to steal someone's soul. Blessed Arche, I watched them murder all 4 of my guards. Neris, Liam, Wilhelm and Garin are still imprisoned in those animus geodes, but I overheard the necromancers say the geodes are fragile, with spirits inside. I'll make a break for it. You smash the geodes, please. Don't let them suffer such a fate.
He enjoys the attention. You a filthy mind you have.
You can't imagine the horrors in that thing.
Recite the
That accursed rock contains more horrors than oblivion.
Inside that thing is nothing you cannot imagine.
I never tell the truth to those unworthy of it.
Death will release me from the nothingness inside that thing.
Do you think I'll give up? After I kill you, I'll make you...
No, get away! Oh, it's you. Did it work? Are they free? I feared those necromancers had captured you. Such a pity about our guards. They served us well, and never deserved such a fate. I'm going to stay here until I'm sure it's safe to travel. Best of luck to you, my friend.
Daryl and I need to catch our breath before we move on to Mudtree.
You recovered the soul gem array, yes? Then inform Chieftain Sulak, so Stillrise village can finally achieve its salvation.
Outstanding! Once you hand the soul gem array to Chieftain Sulak, we can make sure something like this never happens again.
You've returned. Did you recover the soul gem array? Then the worm cult holds no power over our village. But now, neither do I. Due to the theft of the soul gem array, the war chief and shaman asked me to step down. But as they dispute our future, it's my right to appoint an arbiter. So I appoint you. Whether Stillrise Village continues or ends, preserve the soul gem array and we remain as we are, in this state between life and death. Destroy it, and you end the curse, allowing us a final rest. Experiencing our curse uniquely suits you to deciding our fate. You should hear the Council of War Chief Halushk and Shaman Chira before making your decision.
Shaman Chira whimpers about a curse, but the real curse is allowing someone else to control us with the soul gem array. Something must be done about it. Something permanent. Preserve the soul gem array forever. Clavicus Vile's gift has its drawbacks, but it's the only life we have. Don't let the weak will take it away from the rest of us. There's a room deep in the Daedric ruins with 2 braziers that always burn. I'll give Shaman Chira some credit. He figured out what they did. Placing the soul gem array into the ice of stasis will preserve it, and us, forever.
The worm cult nearly unlocked the secrets of the soul gem array. If they could get their hands on it, so could anyone else. This torment will never end, unless you're the one to end it. Destroy it, so Clavicus Vile's grip upon us ends. Our bones may collapse, but our spirits will finally be free. Clavicus Vile provided the means on the day he cursed us. Deep in the Daedric ruins burned 2 braziers, one of ice, the other of fire. Placing the soul gem array into the fires of destruction will destroy it.
You'd kill our people to save them? What madness is that? My warriors won't allow you to perpetrate this foolishness. Stop your mad plan to destroy us! You can still preserve the soul gem array. We don't have to die. We'll stop your mad plan to destroy us. Get past it.
You felt the true splendor of my gift to Stillrise Village. What gift have you for them, I wonder? Preserve their existence or end it forever. Which will it be? Probably the boring one. Heartless oaf. You'd destroy everyone in Stillrise Village, despite the ones who clearly wish to go on? all to end a pain and sickness they can no longer feel? How delicious. Now, be gone.
It's over. It's finally over.
And so it ends. You made the choice, we could not. My people are now at peace. At last, you've freed us from our miserable existence. This was no life, just a mockery of better days. I feel Clavicus Vile's curse fading. It won't be long now. Thank you for allowing us the dignity of death.
You're looking especially strong lately. I like it.